I'm a Christian, a wife of Michael of 18 years, the mother of 4 beautiful kids, an Aggie, a sister, a daughter, a friend, and a stage 4 metastatic breast cancer survivor. My journey began in October of 2013 when I was 38 years old. My husband and I just opened our business in physical therapy. I was healthy, in excellent shape, not a smoker, not a drinker. I'd breastfed all 4 of my kids for over a year, have no family history, and I'd never had a mammogram since I was only 38 years old. I felt something that wasn't quite right in my breast. I went to see my OB-GYN, Dr. Doss, who immediately ordered a mammogram, a diagnostic ultrasound, and later that day a biopsy. I was told the 3 words you don't want to hear: you have cancer. So the journey began. I met with Dr. Fleener, who's my oncologist and my friend, and an amazing physician, and she came up with a plan to treat my cancer. I was reminded that I had a $10,000 deductible to meet, and since it was the end of 2013, I would be meeting it again in January. One of the ladies at Dr. Fleener's office said, "I know of an organization that might be willing to help you." And that's when I first heard of Pink Alliance. I found out shortly that Pink Alliance had given Dr. Fleener's office $1,000 to go toward my deductible. I was so touched and so humbled. I began chemo and went to my first Pink Alliance meeting. I walked in with a scarf on my bald head. I walk in and see women of all ages and backgrounds and realize I have a unique bond with these women. These women knew how I felt. They had dealt with the illness and the heartache. I was instantly grateful for the bond I had with these ladies. My treatment consisted of 16 rounds of chemo, 28 doses of radiation, and 4 surgeries. It was during my radiation treatment that I met my friend, Amy Austin, who will share her story in a moment. When I took my last dose of treatment on December 31st of 2014, I thought I was done. It was a time of celebration. We were so thankful to get on with life and to be done with appointments and treatments and drugs. We fast forward to November 2015, just 11 months later. I started having significant headaches that wouldn't go away. I went to see Dr. Fleener. She immediately ordered a brain MRI, and that MRI revealed that I had a 4-centimeter mass in my brain. I immediately went and saw Dr. Hoover, who's another great man and a brilliant neurosurgeon here in town. And he said I needed to get the tumor removed as quickly as possible. So the next day, I had surgery on my brain. While I was in the hospital, Dr. Fleener ordered a CT and a bone scan, and thankfully, those came back negative. It was decided that I would be on treatment indefinitely, which consisted of infusions every 3 weeks at the cancer clinic. I would also be scanned every 3 months for a while. My scans this past March came back clear, and that was a huge relief. However, my scan in June revealed 2 more tumors on my brain. I had those radiated this summer, and the most recent scans in July revealed no new evidence of disease. So yes, I live with a lot of highs and a lot of lows. However, I'm so thankful and so blessed. I have access to amazing physicians in this town. I have access to medicine that much of the world doesn't have access to. I have an amazing support system with my family, my husband, my girls are here, with my friends, my church, and Pink Alliance. And that picture, you look at that picture, you know I have a lot to fight for. I'm not going to say.
It came as a shock to me because I was very low risk, I took very good care of my body, and I was in the best shape of my life. The previous May, as Kay said, I looked in the mirror and something did not look right. It wasn't anything that I could feel, but it was something that I could see. One side just did not look like the other. Through mammograms and a biopsy, it revealed that I did have breast cancer. One of the hardest things for me at the time was being able to talk about my cancer because that made it seem a little bit too real. I, of course, began with my family and my very close friends, two of my favorite people in this world are Tom and Judy Turbeville. I met them in 1996 when I moved here to make College Station my home when I took a teaching position at Texas A&M University. And they were my neighbors, and we got very, very close. When I shared my diagnosis with Tom and Judy, they were not living in Texas at the time. But they came through College Station, they say, although it's really out of their way, to see me to offer their support. And I'm going to share this part of my memory with you because it's an integral part of how I learned about Pink Alliance. They took me to Napa Flats for lunch that day, and it was then that I met Miss Reva Ragsdale. Turns out the board of Pink Alliance was having a luncheon that same day, at that same time. And as I was talking with Tom and Judy, Thomas has a very big presence, very loud voice. He was speaking very loudly, very audibly. And then he, all of a sudden, just kind of hunkered down and very quietly said to me, "Now, Amy, I don't know if this is a coincidence. I don't know if this is a God thing, but there's a lady here named Reva Ragsdale, who is a 20-year breast cancer survivor. And if it's okay with you, I would like to introduce her to you." She was already on her way to our table. I didn't have much of a choice at that point. I was still very personal and private about my diagnosis. But I remember looking at Reva and being stunned at how beautiful and elegant and graceful she was. And when she told Tom that I had just been diagnosed, this had just been a month, she had the kindest look in her eyes, and she sat beside me and rubbed my back and simply said, "I hope to see you at Pink Alliance one day." Of course, at the time, I thought I have all the support I need. I have my family and my friends. I think I'm going to be good. But then I started to think, you know what, maybe I don't have as much support as I need. Maybe I really do need outside support. So this was just kind of going on in my mind. Fast forward to late August, early September, I was recovering from a double mastectomy, and I was waiting for my body to heal enough in order to go through the chemotherapy and radiation. And I was literally sitting in the hair salon, getting my hair cut shorter, so that I could sort of be ready for the transition of baldness that I knew was literally just right around the corner. And as I was sitting in that chair, I got a text message from a complete stranger named Denise. And she said, "You don't know who I am, but we have a mutual friend, and I just wanted to share myself with you to be a resource for you because I just went through this." In fact, she was still in treatment at the time. She said, "I want to offer myself to you to be anything you need for me to be." And that was exactly what I needed at the time because I still wanted to be sort of anonymous. So we began this texting relationship that went on for quite some time. And eventually she asked me if I would be willing to go to Pink Alliance one day. So I decided to get brave and try to go, right? So I talked my good friend Christy into driving me there. They meet at the First Bank and Trust right there at Villa Marie and Texas Avenue. And I sat in the car waiting very nervously. And as I was waiting, I saw women one by one walking into this building. Some of them very clearly were going through treatment at that time. And it was like I was outside of myself in a completely different reality. I thought, this isn't me. There's no way this is going to happen to me. And then I waited until Denise parked her car and walked inside. And it was then that I felt bold enough to where I could actually walk in. I'm either going to do this or I'm not going to do this. So there were about 15 people there. Patricia Gerling was the moderator, Doris Light, Linda Cerami, Reva Ragsdale, of course. They were all there. There were about 15 women there. And I took my seat still being in this sort of phase. This is not happening. And Patricia said, "Let's go around the table one by one. Let's introduce ourselves and talk about our stories." So it wasn't until these women started to talk that reality really did begin to set in. That, you know what, this is going to happen to me. And by the time it got to me, at that point, I was pretty much a puddle of tears, just crying at the table, needing comfort. And I shared with the group my biggest fear was facing chemotherapy. And I remember Lee Davis, I don't know if she's here today, but Lee Davis, there she is, she was sitting just a few spots away from me, not a hair on her head. And she reached across the table and grabbed my arm, and she made me look in her eyes. And she said to me, "You're going to be okay." I learned a lot during that first meeting. I learned that I met 15 women at that time who were complete strangers before, that would love me and support me and be right where I needed for them to be. A safe place where I could go to be my most vulnerable. During treatment, which was 6 rounds of chemotherapy, great oncologist Dr. Ye, I had 35 days of radiation. I went to support group almost every opportunity that I had. But then I finished treatment. Treatment ended. I started to feel good. My life picked back up. I got busy again. So for a little while, I didn't think about cancer anymore. But about a couple of times a year, Pink Alliance holds what they call, I believe they call it, Celebration of Survivorship, where instead of meeting at Pink Alliance, we meet at a restaurant. So the most recent time was about 7 months ago. We were at Texas Roadhouse. We were going to have a pretty good crowd show up, and I was excited just to talk to my friends that I've met over the last, couple of years. I was sitting at the table, and I believe Sherry Robinson was sitting next to me, and she said, "So we have some new people have joined us since you left." And I was like, "Really? There's new people? Like, I don't even know why that didn't even occur to me at the time." I was watching these women, very, very young women, walk in, brand new to treatment, bald heads, taking seats. And I remember looking clear on the other side of the table. There was sitting Lou Glenn, and I'm sure she's here somewhere. I met Lou, I walked over to her, and I felt an urgency to share my story with her. She began to ask me questions just like I asked Denise years earlier. And after I answered all of her questions, she said, "Amy, thank you for that. Thank you for telling me your story. I'm about to go through hell," is literally what she said. "But I look at you and I see hope." So I feel like it's my turn to give back. I'm on the other side of the table now. So it's my turn to do what Denise did for me all of those years ago. And talking with you all now is a small part of that.
Pink Alliance is an organization based out of an unknown city with readers distributing your funds to unknown places. It is run by breast cancer survivors that love this town and helping these families.
Pink Alliance is a group of women that are brave, a group of women that will not quit.
A group of women that love each other, and a group of women that love life. A group of women that are blessed to live in the Brazos Valley.
We want to say thank you for caring, for giving, and for supporting us.